Taking a look at the trading week beginning Monday, November 10th, the government shutdown continues. As of November 10th, the government shutdown would be in its 41st day, far surpassing the previous record we already broke. There have been some updates. Democrats are still pushing for a one-year extension of healthcare subsidies, but Republicans have not yet agreed to it. The FAA is cutting domestic flights by 4%, which will slow the economy, and a judge ordered the administration to fund food aid fully, but that's being appealed. This is still the most important thing happening for general markets in the short term. Now, also next week, there's quite a bit of Fed speak to look at. And with a lack of data, this Fed speak matters a little bit more. We have speeches from Fed Vice Chair for Supervision Michael Barr, New York Fed President John Williams, Fed Governor Christopher Waller, and Atlanta Fed President Raphael Bostic. Remember, these are just the pre-announced speeches. There could be more. Treasury yields fell on the front end this week, reversing some of last week's rally, but the 30-year went up another 2 basis points in yields, and a lot of what these speakers may say could have an effect on yields, gold, the markets, everything. Now, looking ahead to earnings next week, we have 129 companies with market caps over $1 billion reporting, including Cisco Systems, Applied Materials, CoreWeave, Rocket Labs, Walt Disney, JD.com, Occidental Petroleum, Tyson Foods, and Barrick Mining. Data next week. This is if there's still no resolution to the government shutdown. Monday, we get a 3-year note auction in the U.S. We also get business confidence in Australia. Tuesday, employment data in the UK, and then we get ZEW, surveys in Germany and the EU. Wednesday, we get an OPEC monthly report, German CPI, and a 10-year note auction in the US. That evening, we go to Aussie employment data. Thursday, we get UK GDP and manufacturing production, industrial production in Europe, and there's a slew of scheduled CPI data in the US, but there's no guarantee whether we'll get it or not. We will, however, get a 30-year bond auction in the US, and then Friday, EU GDP, and then in the US, we get Baker Hughes rig counts.